Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a dupe the vibes for the new Fantasy Cosmetica Cleric palette. It comes out I think March 12th and it's a really pretty palette. Obviously if you are someone who has been following me for a while, you know that I really like the greens in it, the murky greens. And I'm able to dupe most of the colors, but there is at least one color in it that I can't quite dupe. So I'm gonna have to kind of like mix some stuff. Also in the collection there is a fragrance, and I was kind of interested in like, oh, can I dupe the fragrance? Turns out I can't. I was looking at the fragrance and it has an incense note in it. I am actually allergic to incense notes. Maybe not theirs, but I got a bunch of incense fragrances from Black Phoenix Alchemy Labs, and turns out I'm allergic to that. So the closest I've got, if you're not interested in this, you can just skip forward. But I have my commodity scent space. It's the bold one. I was looking through it because the notes remind me of these. And the closest one I have is this one right here, Book. I'll read you the scent notes. So top notes are eucalyptus and violet. Middle notes are cedar wood and sandalwood, and bottom notes are velvet musk and smoke. I don't remember offhand what the notes for the Fantasy Cosmetica perfume are, but I can put them on the screen so you can see how close it is. And the one that it made me think of the most actually is Moss Plus, which is top note bergamot, middle note juniper berry, elemi, I don't know what that is, and bottom note amber, patchouli, oak moss, which are not the closest, but that one is more green. Like Book kind of smells like books, right? It smells like books. It doesn't smell like the herbal smoky essence that they describe the fragrance to smell like. But Moss smells more like, it just smells like greenery. Yeah, it kind of smells like a nice male, well, like unisex scent that's kind of green. Which kind of gives me more cleric-y vibes, but I guess Book can give you cleric-y vibes too. So I feel like to get in the mood for doing this, I think I'm gonna mix the two of them because I feel like Books and greenery. So I'm just gonna, a little bit of Book, and I know apparently you're not supposed to do this, but I was born in 1990. That's how you do fragrances. So I'm just gonna mix them. Yeah, that gives a nice. It kind of smells like you dropped a book in the woods. It smells really good. Okay, so that's just me doing fragrance, getting in the mood for doing the eye look. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but I don't know. Fantasy Cosmetica releases perfumes with their palettes, and I thought that'd be fun. But yeah, I have a lot of indie perfumes, but none of them that would match. So all of my indie perfumes are very, they're more spicy, more sweet. I have a couple that actually have pheromones in them that smell really good, and yeah, so those are fun. But I also have really weird ones. Like one of mine is made to smell like space, which has like raspberries and metal and meat in it. But it smells really good. But anyway, sorry, we can get back to the palettes. So what I've got today to dupe. So obviously the grungy green that's in that palette. I actually decided to use my Blend Bunny Rotten palette, which, sorry, I'll hold it up longer, which has a more cool toned khaki grungy green in it. And in some of the pictures for the Fantasy Cosmetica palette, the green is more warm toned, and some of them the green is more cool toned. And I thought since the rest of the palette is more coolish, like this is kind of like a cool tone neutral, I thought I would use this as opposed to my really warm green tones, and also I would get more use out of a different palette as opposed to just going to my usual palettes for the grungy green tone. Oh, I just realized my hair is all janky. Ignore my horrible hair. It was up and it's misbehaving. Also, I've got a cut on my face. I don't know if you can see it. I like got myself in my sleep. Ignore that. Okay, and then like it's got some, it's got like a silver in it. Some of the silvery shades are like, I think they have other undertones, but I think one of them is just like a straight silver. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but I was gonna use this silver in the Pretty Grunge palette. It's just got like a basic silver. So I was thinking of using that. It's got like a, olive tone shimmer. I've got a couple, but the one I was thinking of using is this one right here, which is in the Merry Christmas palette. It goes a little yellow on me as opposed to olive, but it's an olive tone shimmer. And I feel like possibly the shimmer that's in the Fantasy Cosmetica one would go yellow on me. And then it's got like a dark navy in it, and I've got the Melt Muerte palette, and then I'm gonna use this blue. Ignore this gross one, it's got the binder issue. And then there's also it's like a cool toned grungy blue-green, like a seafoam green. I don't 100% have that. I have this color right here, which is sort of close in pan, but on my skin it's very blue, like the green goes away. But I feel like maybe if I mix it with the green khaki, it'll be okay. Like, I don't have a good dupe for that shade, honestly. It's like a very murky, darker color than I have. And also they have, I noticed, like some of their swatches, it's hard to tell what their light shimmers are colored. But when I just saw their recent post, and they did some eye looks that someone did, and one of the silvery shimmers looked like it has blue to it. So I thought I could use maybe this, actually. So I might actually use that instead of the silver, because I feel like it's cuter. So I was thinking of doing that instead, but I just wanted to show you the silver I had, because I might still use that. We'll see. Also, it has a white in it. Did I grab my white? Yes, there's a white in the Blend Bunny palette right there. And I was thinking of actually using a white. I don't know if this white is dark enough to pop, but I can try. What I was thinking was I was going to do like the pop of white here, and then I was going to do the grungy green here, and then I was going to do the dark blue here and here, and then I was going to do that light green seafoam color here, and then I was going to do the silvery like blue here, and then the olive shimmer here. I don't know how that's gonna look, but it's different from what I usually do, so we're gonna do that. So I'm going to start, God, I've got so much stuff in front of me. Okay, I'm going to start with, I think I'm gonna start with the Blend Bunny palette and start with the khaki, that like greeny khaki color. And I'm going to use this, it's like a shader brush. I use it to pack and blend at the same time. And I'm gonna use, here, I'll show you this shade right here. So I'm just gonna put it like right here. And putting this on, I haven't worn this shade that much. It looks, maybe it's just the lighting, but it looks pretty cool tone on me. So maybe this wasn't the best choice. Also, maybe I should have picked a different brush, but that's okay. I'm gonna pull it up a little further. Also, I need to tap off. This is really pigmented. The shades in this palette, some are lighter and like they're pigmented, but they, even on me, even though I'm pretty fair, they don't like build up like this. Like you have to really build them up. And this one, no, it's just pigment straight out the gate. Okay, so like this, and then I'll just do the other eye quick. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. Yeah, like I said, this definitely looks a little more cool toned on me. It's definitely more of a khaki versus a swampy olive, but you know, I'm just trying something different. I obviously have olives I could use, but I'm just being different. Okay, next I'm gonna go in, I think, with the white, which is right here in the Blend Bunny palette, and I'm just gonna put that in the front. I'm gonna see if I can get this to pop. It looks promising on my brush. I don't know if you can see that. It looks promising on the brush. I don't know if it's the lighting blowing it out, but it doesn't look very white. This definitely looks different than what I envisioned in my head. The white is not as bright, and the khaki is more cool tone khaki and not as olive green, so should have used different colors. Okay, so you can kind of see the white. It's obviously lighter than my skin tone, but so I've got that done. I want to go in with the dark blue, which is Melt Muerte. This, again, ignore the shade. I need to take it out. It's got the binder problem. It's useless. So I'm going to take a smaller brush for that. I'm going to take this brush. It's a Blend Bunny brush. Just like a blending brush. Tap off the excess. So this blue is really pigmented, and it also looks a lot darker than what's in the pan, because it's just a thing with melt shadows. Like, I feel like melt shadows are really good if you're deeper skin tone, because I feel like they probably show up like not ashy and like really nicely on deeper skin tones. Downside for fairer skin tones, this stuff just shows up darker. Now granted, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they actually look nicer on deeper skin tones. I don't have a deep skin tone, but I've heard that they look nicer on deeper skin tones. Like, if I'm remembering correctly, because like back when all these came out, I vaguely remember watching like YouTube videos of like dark skin creators. And I feel like I remember them commenting the fact that like the colors look really nice on them and they like didn't show up ashy and stuff. I feel like that was a thing. I don't know how true that is with all of their palettes, because I know a few of their palettes were a little lighter. Like, I think the brunette palette was catered more towards fairer skin tones, but I mean, the owners of Melt are I think they're both Latina women. I think one of them has a darker skin tone. I think one is lighter, one is darker. But neither of them are fair, I don't think. So this blue is turning out like pretty close, I think, to the palette, because I'm using a small amount. I'm blending a lot. Okay, I need to re-intensify that khaki color because I feel like I lost it a little bit with the white and the blue. So we're gonna do that. At this point, I'm just gonna call it a khaki and not an olive because it's clearly a khaki and not an olive on me. And that might also be my skin tone, I don't know. I'm also gonna bring it forward a little more because this white doesn't look the best. So I'm gonna blend it into the white more. Okay, so that is that. It is not exactly what I was planning for. I might use a little of that white to blend out the blue. Okay, now I'm going to, here's where I need to be a little cheaty because I don't have the exact color. So I'm gonna take this shade, which is not an exact dupe for the shade in the Fantasy Cosmetica palette, and I'm gonna put it on my face, or my eyes, not, well, technically my face, but also my eyes. I'm gonna put it on and see how it looks, and then maybe add like some green or something to it and see how it looks, and maybe like finagle it a little bit to see if I can get a little closer. So I'm just gonna take that same like Blend Bunny brush and just put it on. Yeah, on me it's pretty blue, which tracks. I mean, this Winter Wonderland palette is, I mean, this is supposed to be one of the teal shades, but it's just like a blue on me, so I'm gonna have to finagle it. I wonder if I put some of that khaki green on it. Try that. Why not? Khaki might be too much. We'll just put the tiniest amount. Well, that looks, that might be too much. Also, I'm having trouble seeing because I have my mirror so far away. I'm just taking the light blue that's in this palette and putting it back on top. See if I can get some of the blue back. Okay, that looks pretty close. I mean, it's not exact. Don't mind my thing in my face. I'm blind. Okay, so this is what I've got. I don't know how well you can see it because it's my under eyes, but I feel like the blue green is close-ish. So I added on top of that, I added this green and I added this blue. And the khaki gave it the like green murkiness and the light blue brought it back a little bit. So it's kind of close-ish. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the shimmers and I'm going to do my Christmas palette. I'm going to do this shade, which does turn yellow on me. I have another olive shimmer, which is in the Melt Gemini palette, but that one is also not the same olive shimmer as is in the Fantasy Cosmetica. That one is more green. Like on me, it just looks like, it looks like a green. It doesn't look olive. So I don't have like a one-to-one olive shimmer. Yeah, like you can even see on my finger, it looks pretty green or yellow. Let me swatch on my hand. Yeah, as you can see, it's very yellow. Should I do the green? Maybe I should just do the green that's in the Gemini palette. I feel like that would match better, honestly. I'm gonna do that because this is too yellow on me. Hold. Okay, so grab Gemini and I will show you a swatch of this. So this is the Melt Gemini shade, and as you can see, it's more green on me. It's not the most olive, but I feel like it'll look better with this look, right? And then I'm going to add next to it, which I don't know how this is gonna look, but we'll see. This shimmer, which is more of like a blue shimmer, but when I swatch it out, it's more of like it's still blue, but it's a really light color. So those are the two shimmers I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Gemini shimmer, which is the green one. I'm just gonna use my finger. And also the Gemini shimmers are not the best. I have the original Gemini, and it's a very old school shimmer, and it's not very, like, I like sparkly shimmers. It's very low shine, very hard to pick up, very blah shimmer. But yeah, see, it doesn't quite match the best, but it kind of works. So I'm just gonna do that to the other eye, and then I'm gonna do this blue shimmer in the front, which is way more shiny. Maybe I should pop a little bit of that Oden's eye shimmer over the top of the Gemini shimmer to make it more sparkly so it matches, because the Oden's eye one is more sparkly. Just put this in the inner corner and bring it down a little. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. So Oden's eye, I'm just gonna take that shimmer that I was talking about. I'm gonna put it a little bit over top of the, yeah, that actually makes it even more olivey. That's a little yellow to it. So it's less green and more olive. That's cool. Okay. Also add some shimmer. Yeah, see? That's what I've got. That looks a lot better. I do need to, I think, re-add some of the blue because I think I lost a little blue with the shimmer. So let me do that. Okay. So this is what I've got right now. Just like, I don't know how sparkly it looks on camera because in my view, in like the hand mirror, it looks pretty sparkly because of the ring light. But I feel like it looks pretty decent. It's pretty blown out also. I mean, that's just me though. I'm a messy makeup person. I blow things out. I feel like this is like kind of grungy, murky. I don't know. It's a little more cool toned, I think, than the, I don't know if it's more cool toned than the actual Fantasy Cosmetica palette would be. Because I did use that khaki that was a little more cool toned. But, so let me go finish putting my face together and then we can come back and talk about it. Okay? Okay. Hey everyone, I'm back. So I finished my look, as you can see, and let's talk about it. So for my waterline, I use the Sephora 12-hour colorful pen thing in my boyfriend's jeans. It's this navy blue color. Thought it would match the navy blue that I did in my eye look. I did a wing with the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black, usual. Oh no, stuff's falling. I did my usual Benefit Badgal Bang mascara, mini one. Brows, the usual Sephora, what is this called? Instabrow Waxy Brow Pencil, just the blonde one for my bleach brows, which are getting dark again. For my lip, I did the NYX Lip Lingerie lip liner stain in Wild Side, which is the gray one. And then I put a really old discontinued gloss over it, which is still good. I make sure to smell it. It's an Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss, looks like this. It's called, oh, I need my glasses, Moon Jelly. It's basically just a clear gloss with blue sparkles. So yeah, that's the look. So yeah, I feel like I feel like I did a decent job duping it. I could have done a better job if I had picked a different olive. I feel like the olive I picked was too cool toned on me, and I should have known better, but I didn't. I wanted to use something different, so that was my fault. But otherwise, I feel like I got pretty close. Like I was able to mix a bunch of colors together and get a shade that was close enough to the shade I didn't own, which is this shade down here, that like swampy, kind of swampy seafoamy green color. I feel like I had a silvery bluish tone like shimmer, which is that. I didn't quite have an olive shimmer, but I feel like I kind of made one out of two shimmers that was like close enough. I had a white, so that was fine. I had a navy, that was fine. There's a shimmer in the palette that looks really good that I wouldn't mind having a single of, actually, because I don't have anything like it. It looks like in the swatches it's like a slate color. It's like blue and silver at the same time. I don't know if I've seen anybody use it yet, but it looks really pretty. And that was like the standout shade to me in that palette. All the other shades in the palette, I'm like, whatever, I don't really need, because like the shade I created down here, like I don't need that. Obviously I can kind of make something close, and I don't really use that kind of shade that often. Like the look I created is pretty, but it's not the kind of look I gravitate towards, especially because it came out very cool toned on me. And while I like cool toned makeup and it works for me fine, I prefer cool toned neutrals, which I know is boring for a lot of people, especially in the indie space. Well, I mean, I like, when it comes to colorful makeup, I like neutral tones and I like warmer tones depending on what it is. I'm not the biggest of like cool tone murky colors, which is what some of these in the palette are. So like it's not the perfect palette for me. So while I like it, I wouldn't buy it. And I do want to someday pick up something from Fantasy Cosmetica because I hear they're very good. And I feel like, granted, I haven't looked at their newest releases, their like prices yet, but I feel like when I looked at their site, the prices are pretty reasonable, and I feel like I've heard that from other people that their prices are fairly reasonable given that they're an indie brand, and indie brands, at least in the US, tend to be a little more expensive, especially with the special shades. And I like the fact that they're like kind of D&D themed. Like I love D&D. I play D&D a lot, so that's pretty cool. When I wasn't on a no buy and I had money, none of the palettes particularly spoke to me because I either could make the shades or I had the shades. So I'm just kind of waiting for that perfect storm of, I'm not on a no buy, I have some money, and the perfect palette says, hey, come buy me. So that's kind of where I'm at with them. But yeah, so let me know. Are you interested in this palette? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to dupe the vibes? What are you going to do? Have you tried Fantasy Cosmetica before? I know I got a comment in an earlier video that they'd like to see Fantasy Cosmetica stuff. So here you go, Fantasy Cosmetica. So yeah, let me know down below, like, how do you feel about this brand? How do you feel about duping this brand? Like, I'm curious. I'm always curious. And yeah, like I said, I got a request for Fantasy Cosmetica, so if you have more requests of brands to do, throw them my way, especially if it's like indie brands, like even if I haven't heard of them, even if they're less popular ones that like beauty gurus don't necessarily do, throw them my way. Like I'll check them out. Like I'm not buying anything, obviously, so it doesn't hurt to like look them up on Instagram or whatever. I don't have TikTok. So I can't do that, but if they have an Instagram, I can look them up. I can look at their palettes, check out their new releases, see what they got going on, and I can try to dupe them. So yeah. So if you like this content, give me a like, give me a subscribe, or not. I'm just doing it for fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.